I'm actually out trying out this GoPro Hero 7, which I'm recording on right now. I hope the audio turns out fine. Right, well, since I'm at it and today is Tuesday, so I should do one question that we've got a couple of days ago from a gentleman. Right, he was asking this question. It's like there seems to be so many launches happening in Ekkamai and Thonglor, even though we all know that it's a rather popular area. So his question is, with all these new launches that are coming out, is there an issue of oversupply that is happening? All right, so I guess we have to look a bit at the numbers also. So in the whole of 2018, there was about 60,000 new condominium units added into the entire supply of the Bangkok and Greater Bangkok. Out of these 60,000, 60 plus thousand, about more than half, about 62% of it, right, were actually coming from condo launch happening in the suburbs area. So these are mainly areas where it's further out, and then a lot of them are along the upcoming BTS line extension. Right, so what happened was a lot of developer, because of all these planned stations that are upcoming, they actually purchase land plots next to the station or nearby a station, and then they try to build and sell. Right, in fact, when you go further out of the city center, you will, as a developer, you will more easily find empty land that you can actually redevelop or develop. So that is the reason why there's so much more supply coming from these areas. But when we talk about Thonglor and Ekkamai, right, it's kind of like considered part of the inner city, the CBD area. There's really only so much supply that's available. So what happens is, some of the launches that happen, it happens only because the developer has to buy over existing owners and then they have to redevelop. One example would be Park Origin Thonglor, right? Previously it was a club. There's a futsal. It's a huge plot of land, so they actually bought over, and then because it's such a prime location, so they decide to do something pretty high end over there, right? Another thing I think probably you guys have to take note also, you have to understand that Thonglor-Ekamai is actually a very, very long road, right? It goes north all the way up to Phetchaburi and south all the way down to Rama 4. So the problem is, it is not the entire Ekkamai or Thonglor road that is worth your time looking at, right? Because the problem is, the moment the project is along that road, even though it is almost at the near end of Soi 55, say example, the developer will still say that it is at Ekkamai. They will still say that it's at Thonglor, right? But those are a bit too far away for our consideration already. So when we talk about Thonglor-Ekamai, we are really talking about plots that are perhaps within 500 meters to 1 kilometers radius, preferably walking distance to the BTS. The only exception is the area around Thonglor Soi 10 connecting to Ekkamai Soi 12, right? Because that area is highly there's a very good chance that if the grey line really takes shape, there would be a station called Thonglor 10. So of course it's just speculation, but even without that, right, existingly the area around Thonglor Soi 10 is already a very popular area. It is one of the outliers that with even not having a walking distance to BTS, it is still a good area to stay in, because you have all the very popular F&B establishments over there. You have a few neighborhood malls that are pretty high end also, right, like the Commons, J Avenue. So this area has become synonymous with the Japanese community as well. So if you are a landlord in this area, there's a good chance that you will be able to secure a good Japanese tenants, right? But even if we do not account for the Japanese, Thonglor-Ekamai as a neighborhood offers a very high-end lifestyle that a lot of people would want. So even for some people who may be there on medical tourism, some people might be there for long stay or buying a second home. The moment they step into Thonglor-Ekamai, it is so much different from a lot of other parts of Bangkok that a lot of people will actually love to own a property in that area. So is there oversupply? Well, you know, barring external shocks that will suddenly cause a dip in people wanting to stay in Bangkok, I think it is still a very gradual increase in the thonglor-ekamai area, right? And if you worry that thonglor-ekamai area has an oversupply, then it will be much worse if you are to look at areas that are further out, right? Yep. So of course, so back to what I mentioned just now. You know, just don't just buy a property because it has the address of thonglor-ekamai. Really study the project. Look at the qualities of the developer. Look at whether the project has any unique selling point. And last but not least, you know, make sure that it's really in the prime location of Thonglor and Ekkamai. So I hope that answer your question, right? It is. I know this is not a. I know this is not a formula that some of you guys might be hoping for, you know. But if you guys are looking at any particular project or are really looking for advice or suggestion with regards to choosing a locking in into a good development in Bangkok, just feel free to hit us up, you know, drop us a WhatsApp, you can email us, leave my contact details below. You can visit our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our blog as well, so that you can actually keep yourself updated on where are all the latest launches that are happening. We'll be happy to answer your questions, and we'll be happy to run you through your investment decision process as well, right, which we have done for a lot of our investors, right? So I guess that's all for this video, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye bye.